turn any alarms you have on off as well, so that we don't ring across the nation, unless it's one the nation needs to hear. Alrighty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out here on this rainy evening this evening. Here at DuePoint, as I look out my windows, if I see the rains coming down, I know that I'm talking to the camera this evening. Fortunately, we have the technology that we do broadcast around the country every day, and it's a wonderfully freeing technology for everybody who's involved in DuePoint, because I don't actually have to come here. So I think that for most of you, you looked out the window this afternoon and went, oh, it's raining, I'm going to watch it on my TV tonight. But that's absolutely fine. But I thank you, the brave souls that have gathered here this evening to be with me. And I hope that in the next sort of 30, 40 minutes, we can excite you about what we're talking about and what we're doing here at DuePoint. Before I start, though, let me just remind you that you're sitting in the halls of DuePoint, and that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That's important to note. I'm sure you've been invited to many, many different presentations around the country, most of which have come from overseas or blown in from the harbour in KZN, etc., etc. This evening, I want you to have a little bit more confidence in who you're dealing with here. We are a 68-year-old insurance company, first founded in 1952. We are listed on the JSE, and we're licensed as a life, short-term, and medical insurer with the FSCA. You are not dealing with a homegrown startup, garage startup, Excel type business. You are dealing with a long-standing insurance company in South Africa. About 4 years ago, 2015, we sat down as a team to discuss what we saw as two real growing problems that we had in South Africa. One was obviously from a corporate perspective. We started to see that our distribution and our sales were diminishing, and we were trying to work out why. At the time, we thought it was our distribution platform, the way we were trying to get to people, traditional advertising on TV, billboards, radio stations, etc., etc. But we discovered through the process that really the problem lay with us as individuals in the country of South Africa as our economy began to recede. I think most of you know, and except in the last 5 years, we've seen some terrible recession in our economy. Most individuals have lost the ability to control their income. But with that, most individuals have lost the ability to control their expenditure. With diminished income, we obviously would see a diminishment in our amount of sales. And so we had to solve those problems. We needed to get on top of the problem that South Africans could not generate more income for themselves. If you're an employee, you know you don't get to choose how much you earn. Even the day you sign up, they've told you how much you're going to get, and then there's a committee. Sometimes, if you're in a big corporate, that sits in another building, maybe in another country, that'll decide what raise you get at the end of the year. And what we've seen in the last 2 years, last year and what they're expecting at the end of this year, is that on average, South Africans' incomes are actually decreasing, not increasing. Now, that's coupled with the effect of about a 23% increase in inflation every year for individuals on the ground. Government tells us it's 6%, but it's not for individuals. For you and me on the ground, and I know that I don't have to prove it to you, we've seen increases in our prices of around about 23% per annum for quite some time now. I was recently talking to my wife about how much things are costing at Woolworths and Checkers and Spar and Pick n Pay. And I went back and I dug through our bank statements over the last year, and I've watched prices go from 1,000 Rand a trolley to 1,600 Rand a trolley in 12 months. Now that's not even a 23% increase. That's a 60% increase. Now, why has that happened? Well, because we're not in control of our expenditure either. It's not like we can say, well, cut back on the food you eat. Most of us are out there just surviving as it is. But when you have 6 petrol price increases, a 7th one coming, alerted yesterday to a 7th one, 98 cents increase coming again, a VAT increase, all happening in 12 months, and we had no say in it. You now realize how South Africans have completely and utterly lost control of their economic situation. And this applies to everybody. Everybody of every title, of every strata in the South African economy. Every one of us who are employees has got poorer every year since about 2010. You can go and do the research. I'm not making that up. The economists have been talking about it year after year. We are not earning more every year. We are slowly falling behind. That would not solve our corporate problem of increasing distribution. And so we had 2 problems to solve, and we'd solved those problems through what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system is a wealth creation system. It is a system that is designed for you to contract with us as wealth engineers, and as wealth engineers we ask you simply to connect South Africans transactions to us. We are not looking for salespeople, and we're not going to ask you to sell anything. We don't cart around stock here, and we don't make you do presentations. This is not a traditional network marketing structure. This is simply a case of us using the latest technology we could get our hands on to put it on your phone, to ask you to go out to the 57 million South Africans who are out there waiting to find a solution to their crisis and connect them to us using our technology. By doing that, you of course increase our distribution platform, solving our primary problem, increasing our revenue, and that revenue allows us to then create for you wealth. Wealth is a recurring income, an income that is there every month, an income that is reliable and steadfast. Wealth is not sales. Sales is cash in transit. If you've ever been involved in any form of selling, you know you only earn when you make a sale. That is once-off cash. Once-off cash does not solve our economic position and crisis in South Africa. What we need is income that is there every month, no matter what we are doing, whether we are working or quiet, whether we're in hospital or lying on a beach. We need the income to be coming in every single month. Now, we have built this system off of the back of our financial services products because they run on automatic debit orders. Automatic debit orders raise every day of the year here at DuePoint. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas or Easter, and it doesn't matter what you are doing. Our debit orders raise and your income comes in on a reliable, steadfast, and most importantly, a potentially permanent nature. By doing that, we have created wealth for you. And if we've created wealth for you, we can now start changing your economic circumstances. Folks, we have built the system in South Africa for South Africans. This is a homegrown South African business. So we know all the things that stop you from doing anything other than your traditional job. What's the first one? I don't have time. I'll bet you that was what you said to the person who connected you to us this evening. I'm sorry, I don't have time for these kind of things. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did have time, you wouldn't be South African. So we understand that, and we have built a system that takes into account the fact that nobody works 40-hour weeks in South Africa. We all work 60, 80, 100-hour weeks, 6, 7 days a week. We've built that into our system. Our system gives you the ability with our technology to create what we call channels or teams of individuals who then have the ability 24 hours a day to create wealth for you and with you in our system. Our system is not limited to the carrying around of stock, paper application forms, manual presentations, those things that could only make them work 1 hour a day. No, our system is instant, perfect delivery 24 hours a day, which means that you're not limited in any way by how busy you are in our system. In addition, you get use of the system at absolutely no price. Every presentation I'll bet you've ever been to before, they've asked for your money before you left the presentation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's no startup fees here at DuePoint. There is no fees for using our technology, no fees for our training, no fees for the use of our office, our staff. We are here 6 days a week for you. By simply being a DuePoint product owner, you're automatically entitled to every single aspect of our system at no cost. This evening is not a financial decision for you. It is not a risk that you are taking by becoming a wealth engineer. In addition, because you don't sell, in fact, we contract you out of selling our products. You're not presenting. You're not intermediaries. You're not representatives or brokers or agents or advisors of us. No. Because you're none of those things, you're just using our technology to connect people to us. Everybody in South Africa is able to become a wealth engineer, and everybody in South Africa is able to build a real asset, an asset that pays every month on a recurring basis no matter what you're doing, an asset you can price and sell in our system, and an asset that will ultimately be handed over to your children, so that the income that you have created and earned during your life will now be earned by your children and your grandchildren thereafter. In South Africa today, we know that there is no other company other than DuePoint that has created a tool for South Africans that creates intergenerational wealth. Nothing else that you can do in South Africa today will leave behind after you a financial legacy that will help and grow the wealth of your family. So not only do you get to pick up a tool that you can benefit from, as you pick that tool up, you are moving your entire family into a future of wealth creation. This is different from anything you have ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, we've also built this system to be completely convenient for you, easy to use. Our technology is on your phone. If you can tap your phone 3 times, well then you can connect people to DuePoint. That is all that we ask you to do. It is the simplest, most convenient system that we could create for South Africans who are busy. What are the other excuses? That don't know people, that are not salespeople. I'm not a salesperson, I can't do this. Fantastic, you're perfect for DuePoint. All the things, but, I don't like the products. We've got the best products in the market. Trying to think of all the ones that we have. No, what if it doesn't last? We've been around for 68 years, listed, licensed, etc., worth about 2 billion rand. All of those things we have put into a system that is absolutely convenient for you in the creation of your wealth. As you connect people to us, you grow a platform of distribution for us. Again, we call it a channel, your channel. As you connect people, our system automatically allocates them to you and your team. Your channel is born. These individuals go out, they connect people to us. As some of them catch the vision, they join and are automatically allocated to you. Over a relatively short period of time, your platform of distribution spreads out across the city, the province, and then the country. Now that's where we come in. We as the insurance company then come along and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel. You don't have to do that without selling a thing, without doing a presentation, without carrying stock around with you. Your wealth has been born. Now what we do is we distribute that wealth to you in 2 different ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you 27.50 Rand for every product payment in your channel every month that it is made, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So let's simplify it. You're going to go out, you're going to chat to some of your friends. Some of them will become wealth engineers, pay for their products, and you will get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. You will get that 55 Rand every month going forward as long as that product is paid. You will not need to chase after that person to make payment because our system is automatic. Our client service team does the work in ensuring that after a single connection to us, every month thereafter, your 55 Rand comes in. If these folk take 2 products, get 110 Rand, 3 products, 165 Rand. If they take 4 products, you get 220 Rand, and so on and so on. You are back in control of your income. You are back in control of deciding how much you want to earn in this economy. These individuals will go out, they'll connect a few people to us, some will become wealth engineers, pay their products, and you'll get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand again. You have been with us for 5 minutes in this example, and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. You've connected a handful of people, and you've started the process of creating wealth. For many of you, 1,000 Rand a month is not enough. That's fine. Keep connecting. Commit time and energy to the growth of your channel, and you will see it continue to grow. As it does, you earn on a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. But there is no limit to your potential here at DuePoint. Our dream, our hope at DuePoint is to find those who commit the time to completely changing their economic circumstances and building a future they could not possibly have built anywhere else in the South African economy. Now, why is that? Because anywhere else in the South African economy, there is a ceiling over their heads. For every individual. Some, the ceiling is higher than others, but there's a ceiling. At DuePoint, there is no ceiling. From the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of 27.50 Rand as long as you qualify to earn. Now, what that means is you can grow a channel of any size and be earning on the entire thing. You can hand it over to your children when you pass away, and they can continue to grow it. What you have now is a tool that grants unlimited wealth to you and your family, and we can calculate it. We haven't been around for 5 minutes. We are not new. We have the data and the experience to pretty accurately forecast what you can expect to earn. We have 2 ingredients, though, that you have to put in order to bake this cake. If you're going to create wealth for yourself, you've got to put 2 things in: time and numbers. You can't put one in without the other. We have some people that come here and put 1,000 people in a month and no more time, and the whole thing falls apart. And we have other people that spend years here but bring no one to the presentations, no connections, and they earn nothing too. Where you are bringing people and putting time in, we can start calculating your earnings. You can grow at any rate you like, but we use a specific example called 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 says that, first of all, it will fit into everybody's lifestyle and time restraints. In your first month, we will expect you to connect 3 people to DuePoint. That's it. An entire month to click your phone 3 times times 3 times. We know you can click your phone 9 times. We know that. And you can do that in a month. And then plus 2 every month thereafter. Every month thereafter. We expect you to connect 2 people to your first point. Now that's 6 taps on your smartphone, but you've got to do it every month. It means you can't skip Christmas, guys. Not in this calculation. You can do, of course, you can grow any way that you like. But in this example, you can't skip Christmas. In Christmas, first week of Christmas, you've got to get 2 people in. Then you can take the rest of the month off. Easter's coming up. No one's allowed to skip Easter. You've got to put your 2 people in. Then you can have Easter. We want 2 connections every month. If you do that and we apply all of our mathematics, years and years of actuarial mathematics, we know that you can reasonably forecast after 6 months to be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. That's 30,000 Rand a year, and most people look at that and go, that's not good enough. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do always need to ask the question, that's great, how are you intending to increase your earnings by 2,500 Rand a month in the next 6 months? All of you will be on a flat salary. 6 months from now, you'll still be earning exactly the same thing. So why would an extra 2,500 Rand not be good enough for you in 6 months? Would you not like 30,000 Rand a year that you make on the side? No one has quit their jobs, and no one has really, as my dad used to say, torn their G-string doing this, because it's only 2 people a month. If you want more than 2,500 Rand, connect more people and you'll get there faster. We have had thousands of people that have done that. Now, folks, if you can do 6 more months of adding plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2 for a year, 1 year with us, you can reasonably expect to be on around 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's extra income. It's 120,000 Rand a year. You have been with us from now till the end of March next year, and you're on 10,000 Rand. You have engineered a 10,000 Rand a month raise by yourself. It is yours. No one can fire you. No one can stop you. No one can retrench you. It is your income, your raise. And it took you 12 months to get there. I often say to people, would you work for your employer for a year for a 10,000 Rand raise? 99% of people say, absolutely. 1 year and he promises to give me a 10,000 Rand? Excellent. And then I say, will you work with DuePoint for 1 year to have 10,000 Rand a month? And they go, no, but on my WhatsApp here, I've got a picture which says that if I do this thing, they'll have me on 100,000 Rand in 90 days. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that picture at the bottom right-hand corner says you need to put money in, and I can guarantee you that's all you will ever do there. What do we see constantly at DuePoint and in the economy that we have is people losing their money to these kinds of things. Here we talk wealth. Wealth has 2 ingredients, whether you like it or not. It's time and numbers. You cannot get wealthy quickly if you want to get wealthy permanently. And that is what we build at DuePoint. Permanent, life-changing, intergenerational wealth. 1 year with us, connecting 2 people a month, and you can reasonably expect to be on 10,000 Rand a month. Now, if you can do that for 2 years, 2 years of connecting 2 people every single month, then after 2 years, you can reasonably expect to be on 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year of extra income on top of whatever you're doing right now. That's life-changing no matter who you are, and in of itself, it puts you in the top third of earners in the country according to SARS. If you can do it for 3 years, you'll be up to about 40,000 to 45,000 Rand a month. If you can do it for 4 years, it'll rise to about 60,000 to 65,000 Rand. And if you do it for half a decade with us, that's 60 months, guys. It's not 60 days. It's not 3 months. It's not 5 weeks. It's not 5 months. It's 5 years. If you are willing to connect individuals to DuePoint at a rate of 2 per month for 5 years, then you can reasonably expect to be on about 80,000 to 100,000 Rand a month. 80,000 to 100,000 Rand a month is R1 million a year and puts you in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. At the moment, there's 35,000 people in South Africa that earn more than R1 million a year out of 57 million. You can be there in 5 years. No matter what you are promised in any other presentation, on any platform, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, whatever, SMS, nothing will build you permanent wealth outside of DuePoint. In fact, today in South Africa's economy, there is nothing legitimate or illegitimate that will build you permanent wealth like DuePoint does. This is not a marketing statement. It is fact. We are yet to be proven incorrect. Here at DuePoint, we have offered the only tool to South Africans that can lift them out of the crisis that they're in. And we have tens of thousands of South Africans that have already joined us and are building their wealth with us every single month. Every month we put 1 or 2 or 3 of them on stage for people to see around the country how we are building wealth in this nation. We put various different people up and we tell all their stories. We don't show you the guys shooting the lights out. We do sometimes. But most of the time we pull the people out who have the best stories of wealth creation. This last week we had up here Lekotla. Lekotla is from the Free State. He sent us up a video. You can watch that video on our YouTube channel. I encourage you to do so, talking about his journey here at DuePoint. He's busy doing other things. This is something he does as a hobby. And as a hobby, over a year, he's earned 13,000 Rand from us, just on the side. Extra 13K, doing this on the side as a hobby. It was wonderful to see him on his video because he's never been to our head office. Never, ever. He's used our technology and earned for himself over $1,000 a month for a year as hobby income. Go and watch his video. Then we had Eugenie and Fred up on stage with us. They have a crazy story. They've been with us for 2 years, but they have been through hell in the last 2 years, like most South Africans. Fred's had 3 strokes and a heart attack in 24 months, as I understand it. Those of you who were here on Tuesday night, I mean, the place was packed, so you might not have seen it on Tuesday night. He was in a wheelchair. He can no longer, walk around for himself. It is huge work for Eugenie to look after him. And during that time, Eugenie got ill and spent 8 months in bed. And despite all of that, in 24 months, they've earned 30,000 Rand from DuePoint. They've had to do the DuePoint outside. Eugenie speaks of the fact that in the morning, she doesn't know if she'll be able to leave the house at night to connect people to DuePoint. She doesn't know, because she doesn't know the state Fred will be in. And yet, with all of that, she's still built a channel that pays her nearly 2,000 Rand a month, just on the side. And when you're in this position, 2 grand a month, every month, coming in reliably, when you're lying in bed for 8 months, we never missed a payment to her. Never. Those 8 months she was lying in bed, she got her money every single month, on top of their normal jobs and work that they do. This is wealth creation that we do. And those are earning relatively little. As I say, we tell the stories here. We don't show you always the high flyers. Well, we've got them. You see, at DuePoint, like I said to you, we have no limit to what you can earn. If you'd like to earn 5,000 Rand a month, you can. If you'd like to earn 50,000 Rand a month, you can. If you'd like to earn 500,000 Rand a month, you can. And we have people earning across the spectrum here at DuePoint, across the spectrum. You choose what you want out of our system. And then you decide to put the time and the numbers in creating the wealth that you want. Ladies and gentlemen, the second way that we create wealth for you is through our XP Rewards training program. Our training program is designed to teach you how to become an entrepreneur, how to create wealth for yourself, and how to create sustainability for yourself. We teach you everything from personal finance, through how to build a system, through how the market actually works in South Africa and in the financial services space. All of this we do, and as you complete the steps in our training, we give you what's called XP points, experience points. They accumulate, and as they accumulate and your channel grows, we rank you up in our training program. And as you rank up, you are rewarded in growing increments of cash through the training program. Then at rank 5, we give you a lightning memory stick, imported from the USA. It's filled with everything you need to connect people to us, whether you're online or offline. At rank 7, we give you a 20,000 Rand set of business cards that we import for you, custom-made, gold gilded. Not gold ink, gold gilding. And you are the only people in the country who have gold gilded business cards. When you put them in someone's hands, it's called legitimacy. It's not a WhatsApp picture promising you wealth and taking your money. It's not a Facebook page saying sell the toiletries from China and we'll change your life. It's not that. This is a real, tangible, gold-gilded 20,000 Rand business card. People go, what's DuePoint and what do you do for them? And you're able to connect them to us, building your wealth. Then at rank 9, for those of you who endure the time and put the numbers in and get to rank 9, when you do, every year that you maintain your channel size with us at rank 9, we take you and your family away on a 1-week trip, 5-star, business class, all expenses paid for the rest of your life. Now, this is not a fantasy. It's not a hope. One day, maybe, you'll get there. We go every year with our rank 9s. And so I can show you real footage of these trips that we do. These individuals don't have to re-qualify every year. Love those systems. You've got to re-qualify. No, they maintain their wealth and their channel sizes with us. And every year, we take them and their families away on a full, all expenses paid trip. We go in December when it's hot and expensive, not July when it's cold and cheap, like all these other things I've seen. Go in December, Kids are on school holiday, they're ready to come with us. And they're rewarded for the time, energy, and numbers they've put into creating wealth for themselves. And their holidays look a bit like this. So don't look at that video and think, oh, that's very nice. Look at that video and go, that was groups of people that have been year after year on holidays that could include me. You need to make that decision, because you could be sitting here watching this presentation going, oh, when will it end? I'm going to kill my friend for bringing me here tonight. Or you could actually realize that you're not at one of those presentations. You're actually in the only building, in the only company in the country today that is actually creating wealth for South Africans. Life-changing wealth. Life-changing. No one else is doing it. Everyone else, despite their best intentions, is making South Africans poorer every year. If you're an employee, you are getting poorer every year. At DuePoint, we're turning that tide around. The question is, who will be with us? Every year there are new rank 9s that join us on our trips. We've already booked this year's trip. We know where we're going. We're just waiting for the next new people to join the existing group as they go again. Some of our members have been 4 or 5 times. Not 5. I think the most is 4. 4 times. 4 times since we've begun. Remember, we only launched in 2016, this division. They've been 4 times already. Guys, when will you join? When will you start? That's a decision you'll have to make. Time and numbers will decide it for you. At rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not rented from us. It's not financed through us. It's in your name. We don't give it to you and take it away, and we don't brand it, because it's your car. And you'll use it to build your wealth and your freedom with us here at DuePoint. That's 11 of the 28 ranks that we have. It's the first third. We don't even show you the second, third. What did Rob say on Tuesday night? We don't show it because it will frighten you. I think that's right. You know, South Africans have very limited dreams these days. It's something that I've picked up over the years as I have drawn groups of people together and I've said to them here in this building, what are your wildest dreams? And they have been very disappointing dreams to me because people have lost their ability to dream. Well, we build all of that back in because we are part of, if not the economic solution for South Africa. And so we need to think big if we're going to get South Africans to think big again. We use 4 products here at DuePoint to create the wealth we've been talking about tonight. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 324 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. Your very own tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324 every month, we put it into your investment account, and you're building an asset before you've even connected your first person to us here at DuePoint. Our next product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month, and for that you get R1,000,000 worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no medical examinations or declarations, and no maximum age limits. Everybody in South Africa is able to be a wealth engineer creating wealth for themselves. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It gives you 2 benefits. The first is funeral cover. You can pick between 20 or 30,000 Rands worth of cover, and whether you want 5 or 10 family members on the product with you. As the principal holder of the product, you also get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, which means that when you pass away, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt so that you don't have to. And then, ladies and gentlemen, our last product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month to be a member. As a member, you get access to all of our suppliers. Suppliers across the economy and around the nation that can be used to give you best prices, account managers, VIP services, packages, vouchers, all sorts of things to assist in improving your economic position, to assist in decreasing your monthly expenditure where you engage with the product. Ladies and gentlemen, every one of our products has a training and review video on it, and every one of our products has full explanations on our website. You can download the full product documents if you would like and read through them, or watch the videos if you battle to read. We cater for everyone. Everything is open book at DuePoint. Get engaged with the products, get engaged with our system, and you'll realize how much benefit you can extract before you've even connected your first person to us. We have also laid down the gauntlet this year at DuePoint to South Africans. We have said that we know that there's a percentage of South Africans out there today that are sick and tired of their circumstances and want to have life-changing circumstances now in this year. They don't want to wait 5 years down. And so we have created the 365 challenge for you. We don't know where you are, but we're going to find you. The 365 challenge says you've got 365 days from the day you become a wealth engineer to put 365 people into your channel with us. If you can connect 365 people to your first point in 365 days, we will give you a check for 365,000 Rand. In addition, you will have built a channel. We know what the maths looks like. You put 365 people through this presentation. They're not all going to sit around. They're all going to want to get up and get out there and start building wealth for themselves. And as they do that, your channel will exceed rank 9. And if you exceeded rank 9, it means you're coming away with us in the next year on our rank 9 trip. Your channel will have exceeded rank 11, which means that in the next year, you will, maybe for the first time in your life, get your very own brand new car. And your channel will, more importantly than anything else, be producing 40 to 50,000 Rand a month in returns. That's 500 to 600,000 Rand a year that you will have created in the next 365 days. By doing what? Connecting 365 people of the 57 million South Africans to us. That's all we ask of. We have people that have done way more than that at DuePoint and outside of DuePoint. So we know it is quite comfortably a challenge we can do. What it requires is a change in mindset. I want my circumstances to be different at the end of this year. Nothing. There is nothing in South Africa today. I know it. I'm waiting for someone to come and show it to me. That can, in your control, create the equivalent value of 1.25 million Rand in the next 365 days outside of DuePoint. There is nothing. So if this evening you walk away without picking this tool up, please make sure that you have counted the cost before you do so, because it is a high cost to walk away from DuePoint right now. This is not one of those things. This is the only wealth creation tool we have left as South Africans today in South Africa. And we have this on the table. If I was able to visualize it for South Africans, perhaps more would get it. But it's a car. It's a lifetime holiday. It's 365,000 Rand in cash, and it's 40 to 50,000 Rand a month, potentially for the rest of your life. No one can offer you that, and we're asking you simply to tap your phone and connect South Africans to us. That's all we ask. To become a wealth engineer this evening is very simple. Like everything, you just go to our website, DuePoint.net. Everything is there. Everything you need is there. Once you've done looking through it, go to apply or join, fill out the application form, and in less than 3 minutes and without a single cent having passed from your wallets, you're a wealth engineer. And you can start this evening creating wealth for yourself. This evening. We don't wait for payments. We're not that business. You pick the tool up, and tonight you start connecting individuals to us, and you start creating wealth for that. If you want to go and do more research, you can. Go to the JSE's website and look us up under Conduit Capital, and you'll find us listed there. You can go to Constantia's website and see we're a public company, our financial statements, how much the directors earn, our BEE status, it's all there. Or you can go to the FSCA's website and see all of our licenses, our life, our short, our medical, and our financial services provider licenses. They're all there. Go and do the research and then get the tool in your hands and start creating wealth for yourselves. This is a nationwide business, and we rotate around the country all the time with what we call encounters, conferences around the country. We've had one down in KZN about a month ago, and in about a week or two's time, we're going to be down in the Eastern Cape at Port Elizabeth on the 11th of May. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an opportunity for the whole of the Eastern Cape to come and see our faces, see that we're real, rather than just through the camera lenses you usually do. Make sure you're there with your guests. For the rest of the country, it's an opportunity for you to be building wealth in the Eastern Cape. We expect to see people from KZN, Gauteng, Western Cape, Free State, everywhere, down in Port Elizabeth on the 11th of May. Book your tickets now online. Click events on our app or events in our website and book your tickets. We need to know how big a venue to book. Book them now. Start planning your accommodation and your transport. It's going to be another significant event in the DuePoint calendar this year. And then we'll move from the Eastern Cape onto the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that you can see that we're very serious about what we're doing here. You have not seen anything like DuePoint before. This evening is about making some very directional decisions. Are you going to continue to become poorer every year with no other options? Or are you going to pick up this tool and start connecting people to DuePoint, building wealth and changing your circumstances and the circumstances of your family after you with our system? If you've got questions and concerns, that's natural. Come and ask us. We're not afraid to answer any questions or concerns that you might have. Call our client service team from Monday to Friday if you're around the country. They'll answer your questions too. But don't walk out of here tonight without this tool in your hands. Don't do that. That would be a mistake, and it's not what we want. We want to see South Africans changing, and we want to see them changing now. We don't have more time left. For goodness sake, the lights are even being turned out. We don't have time left. It's now or never. So please, come and join us. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at 12:15 we'll be live again. Make sure you gathered up for that around the country. For the rest of you, I'm looking forward to seeing you here with your guests tomorrow at 12:15 as well. But for the rest of you, I'll see you outside. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.